Hi guys, this is a little bit of a weirdly timed update. I wanted to catch you all up on what I've been up to and the voluntary work that I've done a bit of recently. And it's a bit of a weirdly timed one because I'm in the middle of a very busy couple of weeks. I have a market stall next weekend in Glasgow, which is very exciting. So as I usually make my creations to order most of the time, due to lack of space to store things, I'm in a bit of a manic try and make enough stuff for a market, not knowing how much I need at a market. I'm in that at the moment. So very busy couple of weeks, but I just wanted to slot a little update in so that I don't go like 3 weeks or something without a video. And just catch you all up. I know I've had lots of lovely messages checking on me after the crazy storm, which obviously Silver and I did survive, but it was slightly crazy. And I'm actually near somewhere at the moment that's got loads of trees down. It's a bit insane how much of that has happened across the area. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the place I've been volunteering and who knows what else is going in here. A little bit of Stormy stuff, some of the, excitement that led to. And if you live somewhere close to Glasgow and are watching this within a couple of days of it being published, then do come stop by and see me. I will be at Merchant Square at the little craft market there all Saturday and Sunday, and I'll pop all the details below. Other things that have been going on are that I had a couple of weeks where my heater wasn't quite working properly. Like it was coming on and it was getting warm, but then it was cutting out and then the light was flashing and I couldn't work out what was going on. And I kept having to stop it, restart it, by which time in very cold weather, the van has kind of cooled down again in between by the time it gets up and running again. Which is great. It's a good way to acclimatise to the cold weather, is be in the cold weather and not just put the heater on all the time. But I have figured out what the problem was, and something must have come loose with the cables, and I was fiddling around with it the other day and seemed to have fixed it. The last 2 nights it has been absolutely fine, which is great because I was a bit worried I was going to have to get it to somebody that knew what they were doing with it, and that would cost me money. I love it when it's a simple fix. I think some of the cables must have just been knocked loose inside when I was getting things in and out, because the cables are kind of near one of my little storage boxes. So that's great. That's running now properly. I think I've lost the sun already. Is it there? So yes, acclimatizing to cold weather without the heater working 100% is, I think, a good way to get my body used to the winter. It has been quite chilly recently, but right now I have probably the least layers that I've had on during the day for a while. It's gone slightly mild, and I think now the sun is starting to disappear and it's only like 1:30 or something. And I think it'll be cold again. So I parked up last night somewhere that was up a hill a bit, and yeah, it is a little bit chillier up there sometimes, but when I parked up, it was 5 p.m. It said, Silver was saying it was 0 degrees, and I was like, at 5 p.m? How much cold is it going to get? I'm just waiting to actually have snow instead of just very cold rain, because snow insulates a lot better on your roof than cold rain does. But so far that seems to all be in the mountains or in different areas to where I am all the time. It will get snow at some point. Something very exciting that has happened recently is my wonderful friend Steve took me out on his motorbike. He hasn't had a motorbike for years and has recently bought a new one, and I've never been on a motorbike before, so he took me for a lovely, somewhat chilly ride. The place I spent some time volunteering recently is Lendrick Lodge. I already knew a little about it and thought it would be a cool place to go to, and then by complete chance I met one of the owners back in March when I was spending most of my time hiding out in the Trossachs, waiting for lockdown to end. I was heading out for my first paddle of the season, and she and a friend were out for a chilly swim. We chatted and she offered me a shower as the lodge was closed at the time. We kept in touch and I finally made it over there to volunteer last month. It's an amazing place. They run a range of courses and have short and long-term volunteers helping to keep things going. The grounds are beautiful and the surrounding area is just stunning. One of the benefits of doing voluntary work like this when you live in a van is for a while you have easy access to power, yummy food, hot water, and save a bit of fuel too. They do also give you a bed to stay in, but I chose to stay in Silver because I just prefer that. I met some awesome people there and made new friends. I stayed a week and a half, headed away for a few days, and then popped back the following weekend as they were short a volunteer. And that's when we had the storm and a blackout. It was bizarre because a few days earlier I was tucked away in the Trossachs and probably wouldn't have even noticed the loss of power. But as it was, I was sort of expecting the luxuries of warm water and power, and instead we lost all network reception. The power went out on Friday evening and didn't come back on until Sunday lunchtime. I guess we were lucky because some people have been without power a lot longer. Luckily, we had an awesome chef and my skills cooking over a fire came in handy. We managed to keep everyone fed with yummy veggie food and just about warm enough. I felt like everyone was getting a glimpse into my life, and I don't think many of them would choose to do it again. I can't remember what I was saying here, but it was something along the lines of, there's no point speaking because you won't be able to hear me over the wind. There's something else I've wanted to talk about for a while, and that's the generosity of strangers, who sometimes end up becoming friends. I often get chatting to people on my travels, and not only has this led to some awesome opportunities, new friends, swimming buddies, and a great summer job, I've also had so many lovely offers for water, showers, power, hot water, which is my favourite at this time of the year, that honestly I've lost count. I wanted to mention this because sometimes these days the world feels like a bit of a lost cause. And if, like me, you read the news most days, it can become overwhelming. But there's also a lot of good out there. It just isn't usually as loud as the bad stuff. So here's a little evidence from me that genuine kindness is still roaming around, and it's quite easy to stumble upon. If you're someone that has offered me any of these wonderful, simple things along the way, then thank you. Whether I've taken you up on it or not, the offer is always very much appreciated.